Super Mic Maker speedruns are some of the most optimized speedruns out there. It has a degree of perfection that most speedruns don't see today. As simple as getting hit, or bumping into a wall, your run has no chance. So that means, it requires relentlessly precise platforming throughout the game's 4 stages. I've covered all official levels before on a different website, but there's another even difficult category, all 10 coins. And over the past 2+ months, it's quickly had a similar difficulty to nearly all of the mainline categories. This is the history of Super Mic Maker All 10 Coins World Records. Super Mic Maker has quickly become a popular speedrun ever since its leaderboard debut in early March. Throughout the leaderboard, multiple different categories were made, and one of these were the All 10 Coins category. Your goal is to collect all of the 10 coins in each of the 4 stages, but that's not the case. Most of the 10 coins are in very interesting spots, to the extent that you only have to collect 4, instead of the game's 6. So as simple as that, that's the rules for all 10 coins. The actual timeline for all 10 coins has no records that are not on the leaderboard, so we're able to track down records easily. And so, the first record came on the day the leaderboard released. On March 1, 2023, a runner named BruAnchovies set a time of 2 minutes, and 55 seconds. The first stage is Fire Flower Fields, where BruAnchovies picked up a fire flower. Then, you've got the first 10 coin. Simply jump off of an enemy, and fly to the precise spot where the 10 coin is. The rest of the stage was mainly clearing out enemies. Next up was Spiky Sewer, where he had to make sure he didn't get hit. Whenever you get hit from the back, or from the top, you get slowed down from knockback, and while swimming, you slow down. He also got the 10 coin, which requires a slightly precise jump under a spike that can push you. And then, there was Fiery Factory. It contains a lot of lava bubbles, and the 10 coin is in a spot where a saw is, and does require damage boosting to get to. And then, comes the final level, the 1-1 remake, but for the sake of shortness I will be referring to it as remake. He picked up a fire flower, then cleared out lots of enemies, but not before picking up the 10 coin by using a red trampoline. He then cleared out more enemies, did some precise platforming, and the run was complete. Now, the run this time was pretty polished, along from getting hit a bit, the run was really good. Four days after the run, BruAnchovies would once again get on another run. He started the run by saving a couple of hundredths in the first level. But in Spiky Sewers, although getting hit more, he saved nearly 3 seconds. But in Fiery Factory, this happened. That mistake alone cost BruAnchovies 2 seconds. Luckily, BruAnchovies had roughly a second to save in the final level. And that's exactly what happened, saving 1.3 seconds in remake to get a 254. But this run was not what it could have been. Thanks to that death, his lead eroded fast. If he kept that same pace, he could have got a 253 or lower. But even with that death, BruAnchovies still settled with that time, and stopped running the category. BruAnchovies' run was great, but it still could have some better optimized levels. But for the next 2 days, nobody ran all 10 coins. But then, a couple of hours later after BruAnchovies set his 254, a massive discovery would be made. One of the most well-known speedrunner, NIS, would set a time with this discovery, a 229. But how did he shave off nearly 25 seconds off of the world record? Well, it's time to introduce you to fast menuing. When the 5th of March came, well-known runner TYS would drop a bombshell of a discovery. You start by grabbing the flagpole. After grabbing the flagpole, you can press the green flag twice, and skip a long stat screen. If done correctly, you skip the flagpole cutscene, and save 9 seconds. And combined with 3 stages, you can save up to 27.5 seconds. And just 2 days after the discovery, NIS would set a new record. The run started okay, with getting a pretty good 10-coin grab in Fireflower Fields. But in Spiky Sewer, he saved nearly a second thanks to an extremely quick 10-coin grab, saving time over BruAnchovies. He was also able to get a cleaner sewers overall, and saved roughly 2 seconds. In Fiery Factory, he was able to get a deathless level in there, so he saved 2 seconds. And with a great remake, NIS was able to take the top spot. Fast menuing was originally discovered by TYS, and the trick was improved by Induvial. NIS had finally set a solid time, and there weren't massive mistakes throughout the run. So, that's why it stood, for 5 days. But then, on March 12th, guess who got a record? None other than Induvial. And on that day, he would beat the record, by over 10 seconds. Induvial would save a couple of tenths in the first level, Fireflower Fields. He was able to get a really quick fast menuing strat, which saved nearly half a second. But in Spiky Sewers, he saved nearly 4 seconds thanks to an extremely clean stage. And the cherry on top was an extremely quick fast menuing strat. And in Fiery Factory, he saved a second in the ending, thanks to a cleaner damage boosting strat. Going into Remake, he was 5 seconds ahead. And Remake was amazing, and was great almost everywhere. He saved lots of time throughout the Remake, adding up for another 5 seconds, and beating the record by 10 seconds. This was a massive record, and was really great almost everywhere. But unbelievably, this record stood for a day. In March 13th, a runner named Kato Gaming would drop another bombshell discovery. It's now time to introduce you to the extra tab strat. You once again start the trick by grabbing the flagpole. Then, after grabbing it, you switch to another tab and choose the next level. If this is done right, you save roughly 5 seconds, and over the course of 2 extra levels, it saves 15 seconds. With this massive time save, Kato Gaming got to work, and on March 13th, he had his chance. Fireflower Fields was okay, with a great 10-coin grab in the level. But the ending was pretty sloppy, with bad platforming at the end stage. In Spiky Sewer, Kato got a bad 10-coin grab, so he lost a second. Fiery Factory was pretty bad, you're supposed to damage boost on this saw, but Kato didn't do that, so he lost a second. Remake was even worse, you're supposed to jump on these Goombas to skip the trampolines, but once again, he didn't do that, so he lost 1 to 2 seconds. But thanks to the small time saved from extra tabs, he got a small record. A 2 minutes 19 seconds and 6 milliseconds, new record by 0.32 seconds. But the best part was the reaction. Yes! But the run wasn't great, he missed a lot of tricks, and mainly just benefited off of the extra tab strategy. So on the 14th of March, he had another chance. Fire Fields once again started okay. In Spiky Sewers, he saved time by not missing the 10-coin jump, so he saved a second. In Fiery Factory, he was able to do the trampoline skip, so he saved roughly 2 seconds. But Remake was just as bad as the last run. But he still closed it out for a 2:14. But just 3 days after Kato's run, guess who started running the category? Then none other than TYS. On March 17, 2023, TYS would shave off a second off of Kato's run. In Spiky Sewers, he saved tiny bits of time in that stage, but sadly in Fiery Factory, this happened. That moment was heartbreaking for him, but luckily, there was around a second of time save in the final level, and that's exactly what TYS did. A213, a new record by just a second. This run lost it all in Fiery Factory. TYS couldn't hold it together in that stage. But TYS was still able to get a nice personal best, and get a new world record. But still, TYS knew that he could do better, but then, came March 19, 2023, when TYS would get on this run. TYS was on the pace on his life, but he didn't know it. He was on pace to get the first sub-210 in the category's history. Could he clutch it out, and just maybe, get the sub-210? This was incredible. He had set a time that was seemingly impossible, and this run would stand for nearly a month. But then, just around 20 days after TYS's run, a runner would once again come back. And it was this time, Induville. He hadn't ran all 10 coins in a while, mainly thanks to focusing on both all official levels, and focusing on other games. But after nearly 20 days of no records, Induville came back, and would set a new world record, 2 minutes, and 2 seconds. Induville would use a new strategy in this run, simply known as quick tabbing. People mostly started the tabs on the card to start the level, but by starting the level for that tab, you save roughly 3 seconds for the level. Combined with 3 other levels, you save 9 seconds. The first level started great, with him getting the duck kill, and a really great ending. And Soggy Sewers was also amazing, with him only getting hit twice. Fiery Factory was really great, with getting a clean start, and a nice 10 coin grab. And to top it off, a great trampoline skip. Through it all, he was ahead going into the final level. In the remake, he was able to do the trampoline skips with the enemies, and saved him some time. And a great middle stage was making his pace really fast. And to top it off, a great ending, beating TYS's record by nearly 7 seconds. But after this run, the record seemed to be perfect. The run was great from start to finish. Everyone was seemingly shooed away from Induville's time, and so, for the next month, no new runs would be posted. Now first off, a month sounds short, obviously, but just think about the fact that the leaderboard is just 3 months old. A full month is nearly 33% of the entire leaderboard's lifespan. That's a pretty big number for a leaderboard this young. Other people focused on other categories, like all official levels, and the game's category extensions, but mainly, all 10 coins was ignored. But then, after nearly 1 month, one person decided to challenge Induviel's time. Did you ever think of originally beating Induviel's time?
No, but he did think to beat one of Induviel's time in Super Mike Maker one day. If he remember, he started with a 2:05 and then he lowered that by 2/10. After that he took a small break, and then he came back and got a 2:03.
E1_0 was making some progress. He was 2 seconds away from Induviel's time. And then on May 31st, he had his chance.
Fire Flower Fields was pretty great. I think he got a really nice 10 coin grab there. The ending was also amazing, so I think he was slightly behind by a few hundreds. I think Spiky Sewers was amazing. He only got hit twice, so I think he saved some time over Induviel. Fiery Factory was clean, the start went well, the damage boost plus 10 coin grab was great, and the trampoline skips were pretty good.
Through this all, E1_0 had amassed a small pace, but it was on pace to beat Induviel's time. And with just one great remake, he could finally beat Induviel's long-lasting time.
He wasn't even aiming to beat Induviel's time, but with me noticing he was on record pace, he continued his run, ready to beat his time. He was surprised. The only thing he was looking for was a personal best, not a record.
After nearly a month, the 2:02.217 was no longer the time to beat. E1_0 had accidentally set a new record, but he was proud, very proud. So, after this run, E1_0 decided to continue running the all 10 coins category. E1_0 continued to run the game, but it did take a couple attempts, but on June 2nd, he got a shot at his chance.
I remember when E1_0 told me he was going to continue attempts, and I was very surprised.
I think Grassy Greens went okay, a good start, and he got a great 10 coin grab. The ending too was okay, and he was only 2/10 behind, which is not too big. Spiky Sewers started okay, with a no-hit start, and an okay 10 coin grab.
Going into Fiery Factory, he was only 0.5 seconds behind, so he did have some time to save on his back, but with a really good Fiery Factory, he could save some time.
When E1_0 told me the story behind this run, I was hyped. But then, came the nail in the coffin.
He had multiple different emotions going through me. He was angry, sad, annoyed.
E1_0 had lost his chance at a possible new record, thanks to one simple mistake. The moment for E1_0 was heartbreaking, but later on he continued, and just several hours later, he got a chance. It started okay, with a great first level. It had a great start, good 10 grab, and a great ending. Spiky Sewers was next. It was okay, E1_0 only got hit once throughout the stage, and it didn't lose him any time. And again, the ending was good. Fiery Factory's start went well. Both the damage boost and 10 coin grab also went great. Into Remake, he was just 0.2 seconds behind, but could save more time in the final stage.
I mean, first and foremost, E1_0 was streaming attempts to me in Discord. I was just praying he got the record.
Now obviously, he was feeling nervous, so my hands were shaking, but he didn't want to mess up. If he just completed the remake, the record was once again mine. The final seconds, he don't know how to describe it. Every single millisecond, he thought it was over. Being on a pace this good, was making my hands shake.
I was cheering the man on. He was on the pace on his life. Although being behind throughout the last 2 stages, he had some time to save, and I knew, this was it. And the only thing I can say is that's what happened.
It wasn't perfect, it wasn't great. But it was something incredible.
The only thing I could really say was congrats, and then he started to laugh in happiness. Probably one of the most beautiful things I've seen in a while.
This run had so little mistakes, no major time losses, just something that was incredible, and probably very incredible. He just don't know how to describe this run.
E1_0 had probably just done one of the best records of all time, and in a significant time. The record itself has been standing for around 8 days, without any competition.
I think I'm taking a long break from this game. But there's some things I'm thinking about, and one thing is sub 2. Yes, a sub 2 might require a perfect run from start to finish, but one day, I'll do it.
Multiple people, E1_0, TYS, and even the original himself, BruAnchovies, are looking for time saves, and a chance to beat the 202.183. Just a few months ago, nobody played all 10 coins. It was considered an afterthought from some people, but now, nearly 3 months later, it's had a similar popularity to all official levels. Super Mike Maker's speedrun history is young, yes, but it's quickly had a very massive player base. And over the course of 3 months, this is how they've taken down the record. This was the history of Super Mike Maker all 10 coins world records. Thanks for watching. If you support me and my channel, please like and subscribe. You can also like, or watch my other videos too. Thanks.